How does it feel to be coming back to Australia?
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I do love Australians. Yeah, I mean Australians in general. Just I feel a lot of affinity with them. I think we share the same sense of humour and the same joy of abandon. And yeah, so yeah, it's always a pleasure. Doing it slightly different, going to like the outdoor rural venues and wineries this time, just to keep it a little bit fresh. But yeah, just I quite happy to regularly come back and see my long lost family.
Now, you've released some new music lately and you've got some more on the way. Tell us about that.
Well, I had a very rare single from me this year called Role Model. And yeah, I'm topping that by having two singles in 1 year, which is unheard of for me. Yeah, they're both tunes that came out of my DJing set where people I played them for a few months and I'm like, what is that tune that goes on with Role Model? And I was like, oh, it's something I made, and they're like, well, you should release that. So it's yeah, putting records out isn't my main sort of career these days. I fell out of love with making records, but I'm still very much in love with playing records to people.
Well, you've been responsible for some of the biggest dance floor hits over the past few decades. Do you still get the same thrill from DJing and feeding off the energy of the crowd?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I cherish it even more having not been able to do it for 14 months during the pandemic. I really realized how much it means to me. But no, I love it. It's I get such a joy out of sharing music that I love with other people and watching how that becomes their soundtrack for their night out and hopefully transports them to places they want to go just for a few hours to escape from reality or to commune with each other. Music brings people together, and so it's just a celebration of us and life, and it means even more after the pandemic when we didn't get to commune with each other and we didn't get to share those things and there was a great loss of life. It's like a celebration that we're all still here.
One of your biggest shows was, of course, the Brighton Beach Party in 2002. They even made a documentary about that. It was so epic. What do you remember about that?
Well, I remember everything because I spent a year making that documentary. So I went back over it. I mean, it was watching the footage back 20 years later, I was like, Christ, I thought that was an insane gig, and it's even more insane than I remember it. It was just a moment. It was a beautiful, slightly scary moment where something happened and this a flurry of humanity all descended on my hometown to have an enormous party. In terms of my history, I don't think I'll ever top that. And every day when I'm in the supermarket, people go, people who are there, or taxi drivers still thank me. The taxi drivers still give me free rides because of how much money they made that night.
Now, I believe this is your eighth visit to Australia. What keeps bringing you back?
Australians, they they keep inviting me, and it's a great crowd to play to. Also, because I'm becoming so much, it's kind of everybody knows me now, so I don't have to win them over. It's like they kind of know how it works, and I don't have to. We can start at a certain level. Like we don't have to get over the preamble. The ice is broken. Let's see how much fun we can have together. But yeah, no, it's just a very the I seem to get on with Australians very well, and yeah, we go to very interesting places together.